Man United 3, Aston Villa 1. Big win in the end. Pretty much secure second place. You would think certainly top 4, which was never a big deal anyway. But we managed the game well after a poor first half.
Very poor first half again. It's time and time again, isn't it? I don't understand it. And we've said this before. Is it fitness? I can't. I really
Is
can't.
Is it tiredness, Rick?
I don't think we even look a good team most of the time, but in the second half, we often do look a good team. We look a very poor team in the first half, and we look a really good team in the second half. And that's happened loads of times, and I don't understand it.
It is weird. A lot of people call us second half FC, and it's almost like, at half time, you're thinking about what changes you can make. You need to do this, you need to do that. And I did say at half time to Mark, I said, look, I think I'm beginning to learn my lesson a little bit with that one, because I'm like, this game is screaming out for Cavani. There's balls flash across the box. Marcus Rashford was on his toes a couple of times. Greenwood was on his heels, a couple of times. Just not kind of making that run that Cavani would make. And yes, Cavani come on to score, so it proved it was a game for him. But I also said to Mark that in a weird way, though, this team's capable of playing better than they did in that first half, and they can change this result just by playing better in the second half and getting a reaction. And that's what happened. We started really well in the second half and got what we deserved.
Yeah, we just dominated it second half.
Yeah.
What we did.
Yeah.
We played some good stuff, especially when we went. I mean, how long did it take us to go 2-1 up? I don't think it was very long. Was it 15
About 3 or 4 minutes. Between a spell of like 5 minutes, there was like the penalty plus the goal. It's crazy.
Yeah. But once we did go ahead, we knocked it around really well, and they couldn't get the ball off us, could they, for long periods, I thought.
Yeah, they couldn't. Paul Pogba today, he's received a lot of plaudits today, playing again in that inside left channel, as you call it, the inside 8 channel, whatever you want to call it. But he's having a say on the games, isn't he? He's going from strength to strength when he's got the freedom to play higher up the pitch.
Yeah, he's a massive difference to us. He's just he's a step above. I mean, normally Marcus plays out there, and we've spoke about this before. And Marcus got a good assist in the end, but
he did.
He had a poor game. I really don't think he played well, but he did come up with that great ball in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to manage this. It'd be interesting to see when we've got this cup final coming up. I think Marcus will probably end up playing on the right wing, mate. But I don't think he's had a particularly good game there yet. But he will play him, obviously. He will play him.
Well, we were talking about that on the last fan forum, where I literally said exactly the same thing, and I think it was Alex was saying, it should be Greenwood. Greenwood's playing better than Rashford at the moment on that right-hand side. When Rashford goes to the right-hand side, he doesn't look all that comfortable. And I was saying, you're right, but like you just said there, Ollie would just still go with Rashford in the final, I feel. But
I can't see him not playing.
And Pogba, for me, Pogba needs to play on the left in that final. He's in great form there.
Yeah. I
mean, it's about what he does.
Anthony Martial will be fit by then, won't he? He
will be fit.
When I was predicting the lineup today, Flex, I had Cavani at 9. I was shocked that he didn't start. I was shocked.
I was thinking, because where does that leave him? Because now he's had a rest. Does that mean he plays on Tuesday, but then he's not ready for Thursday? Because he can't play Tuesday and Thursday.
Surely not.
So I was worried about that, and he came on today and had a say.
Unless he's thinking they're only giving him, like he's done today, half an hour, and give him half an hour on Tuesday, and then starts on Thursday.
Yeah, potentially. One thing I do want to talk about, Rick, and I know you've been one of Greenwood's biggest critics. I know you say he's not quite there yet, etc., etc. It should be Dan James playing there instead of him every day of the week. All these kind of things. 100%. I'm saying that I know you stand by that 100%. I get that. I'm saying this though. Greenwood is improving, in my eyes, game by game. I think he's understanding his role better. I think he's getting better on the ball. I think he's making better decisions. The finish that he did today to get us 2-1 up, Dan James could not do that in 5,000 years.
Completely irrelevant.
Hang on, let me land. Because I know. Hang on.
Different situation.
Hold on. I know. Let me finish, because I know when I get to the end of this, you will unpick all the reasons why you disagree. But I've got to let it out there, Rick. I've got to let it out my body. Yeah. Dan James couldn't do that in 5 million years. What Mason Greenwood did today, and Mason Greenwood can keep doing that, and getting better. And I get it's not all about goals. I get it. Greenwood does have to keep improving. But what I'm saying is that he is steadily improving, in my opinion. And I think he's becoming more and more mature. And he's having more and more say on the games, in my opinion. Cue Rick, where you say what you need to say.
obviously he had more say on the game. You can't say he didn't have more say on the game when he scored a goal, which should put you 2-1 up. That is a big say in a game.
Important goal.
Of course it is. But
great finish too.
Great goal, yeah. But that's not going to happen every week. It won't happen every week. So you're talking about relying on a single individual moment, like that didn't happen for him on Thursday, for example, and it probably won't happen for him on Tuesday, but it did happen.
But that's why I'm saying I still think he's having a say, like he's understanding his position. Like you say, it's not all about scoring goals. But what I'm actually noticing, I know Mason Greenwood can score goals. Like he can go left, he can go right. Like you say, he's got dynamite, he's got thunder in his boots, as you say. He does. But what I'm saying is I'm actually noticing the other side of his game, Rick. The side of the game that you critique so well and so stringently. I think he's improving in that. I think he's making better decisions on the ball. Like you say, can't make the best decision every time. But I think more often than not, I think he's keeping the ball well, playing the simple pass well, getting past his fullback and whipping it across the front well, which he did well today. He's improving, Rick. He's improving.
You might be right, mate. I've just watched the game.
I might be. What do you mean I might be right?
I've just watched the game against Rome.
Give him his flowers, Rick, man. Come on, man.
I just watched the game against Roman again this morning, and I thought he was particularly poor in that game, and that's only 4 days ago. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, Rick, man. Give the kid leave him alone, man. He's improving. He's improving. When he scores in that final...
Yeah.
When he scores in that final,
when he scores, he might well score.
All right, I'll tell you what. When he plays well. I tell you what, Rick. You're right. I know I just said I don't think he'll start over Rashford in that final, but I'm going to change my mind just for the purposes of this video. When he plays well in that final and drops an 8 out of 10, I want apologies from you. Well, we'll be there. We'll be there.
I want us to win that final. So whoever plays, I hope we play well and I hope we win. But I hope
leave Mason Greenwood alone. I'm going to start a question for you.
I hope we play with Martial, Cavani, and Pogba. I think Pogba would have to move to the right.
Martial played for about 3 months, Ricky. You want him to start in the final?
Well, if he's fit,
from nowhere.
If he's fit, it's not from nowhere. We've got 4 games before then, and he's supposed to be fit this week, isn't he?
I don't think he'll play. I don't think he'll be fit to go until maybe the last 2.
I'm not suggesting that he will pick him.
And Mason's been doing good all season. Rick, you're harsh. You're harsh, I think.
Martial's different gravy, though, Flex.
He's good. Listen, Martial is very good, but I'm saying what Mason Greenwood's doing right now, you can't take it away from the kid. It's like you want to take it away from. He's doing well. He's in 4. He's playing well. He's playing well.
I'm not convinced, mate. I'm not convinced.
I know you're not. I know you're not. That's why I can't wait for him to prove it to you. Cavani again.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did a quick video of. I've seen that you mentioned Instagram, didn't you? I've joined Instagram.
Yes, Rick, go on.
So I did a little clip on Instagram before the game saying, we need Cavani to come on to score in the last 20 minutes. We didn't actually need him to come on to score. We were leading, but he did come on and score, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But, his movement in the box, brilliant again. It's a great header.
Are we running out of adjectives to kind of describe just how good and how important he actually is to the team? Because it's not, the types of goals he scores, the way he plays. It's not luck. It's not just temporary. He keeps doing it, and he's done it all the time. He's so good.
He's been scoring goals like that for 10 years or more than 10 years, hasn't he? I mean, I'd love to get some footage of him playing when he was about 19 or 20, because I keep hearing people say, well, the lads are learning. I bet he was playing similar to this when he was 19 or 20.
Yeah, he does seem like that player, yeah. He's just always known the right thing to do.
It's natural, that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Do you think that's second place guaranteed now, would you say?
I would say so, yeah. Leicester have lost, haven't they?
And we got them next.
I think we're 7 points in front of them now, aren't we?
7 points in front of Leicester, 6 points ahead of Chelsea with a game in hand as well.
Yeah, and Leicester have got to play Chelsea, so his points going adrift.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Chelsea have got to play. Look, I know Arsenal are not so clever recently, but they'll up it against Chelsea, though, won't they? Chelsea have got to play Arsenal and they've got to play Leicester.
Yeah, but Rick, Arsenal are shite.
I'm not always saying you don't know, always saying you don't know.
True, that is true. You never know. You never know. But you're right. I think that is second place pretty short up, and let's just take it as it is.
I'm going to watch this West Ham Everton game shortly. I'm hoping for West Ham, so they could get in the top 4 yet.
It can they if they win? What's happening here? So West Ham are on 58 points. Okay, win that, they'll be on 61, which will be 2 points behind Chelsea on the same games. Behind Leicester. Sorry, Leicester play us next. Oh yeah, if West Ham win again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leicester,
yeah.
us and Chelsea.
Yeah,
West
yeah.
Ham.
Yeah, and West Ham's running after Everton's not that bad. I don't think they've got any difficult teams after that. But let's say we have got second place. Kind of sum up the season. I know it's a bit early, and we've got an important week because we've got a game again in a day on Tuesday. You know what I mean? But like you said, even if the results, we should still be fine. Just how are you seeing the progress we've made, and finishing second potentially, and how you see it?
Position-wise in the league and getting to a cup final, I'd like us to win that cup final. I suppose it doesn't really count if we don't win it. We've got to win it. But if we win that cup and finish second in the league, without a shadow of a doubt, you'd have said at the start of the season, "I'll take that." Without a doubt, you would. I'd like us to have played better football. I'd like us to, scored a few more goals, put a few more games to bed earlier. But I think we've spoke about this as the season's gone along. Like City, City often score 3s, 4s, and 5s, and we're often winning by 1, aren't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe the fact that you can score 3s, 4s, and 5s mean that you're less likely not to score at least 2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's your mentality to go and score 4s and 5s.
We've dropped points against Sheffield United at home with 2-1. We got beat by them and drew at West Brom. Mind you, West Brom got a point at the Etihad as well. But it's just going to happen less often to you if you can score more goals, and that's how City have done it, I think. Not that it's over yet, but it's more or less overdone and dusted.
Yeah, it is more or less over, and then you're kind of just looking.
The longer it goes on, the better. If we win these 3 games, they've got to get something on Friday to win it, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to win. If we can win these, we've won 1 now out of 3, so 2 to go. If we can win 2, they've got to win on Friday to win it. They won't even win it on Friday. If they draw, they'd have to win, wouldn't they? So. Yeah,
exactly. And how do you see Tuesday, though? Because obviously it's massive, and I say massive, not in terms of like points in the game, but I mean in terms of rotating the squad. Who would you like to see come in? What do you think Ollie should be looking at doing for that game, considering it's so close?
Well, it's very interesting now, isn't it?
And now Maguire looks injured as well.
The Liverpool game coming up on Thursday, he's going to want Maguire fit for the Liverpool game. I think he'll have to rest him on Tuesday, and he never gets a rest, does he? But obviously, I'm saying rest him, he might not be fit to play.
Exactly.
Hopefully, he's fit for Thursday. But we want to win them all. I mean, I don't know how bad that is. In 48 hours, will he be fit to play on Tuesday? Even if he is, I think he should play. We do need. It's no good dropping points against Leicester in order to beat Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? We want to win all these games, and now that we've won the first,
is that possible? Is it possible to play these players? You're talking about a turn. I know Ollie plays a lot of players, but the turnaround.
Don't have to play every game. Do you know what I mean?
It's a joke.
You can like Cavani's. We just said Cavani might come on come on for half an hour again, but
he's kind of doing the mix and match thing to manage it, isn't he?
Yeah, there's numerous things he could do to give players a break. Just to give players a break.
I do think.
I think we've got enough decent players that he could rest about 4 players, but not more than that.
Now this is where it gets interesting, because I think we need to rest more than that because of just how quick the games are. But I do agree, by doing that. That Leicester game, I could not tell you what sort of performance we'd put in, because I think Matic needs to come in. Bailly definitely needs to come in now, especially. I think Tuanzebe needs to come in. I think Telles needs to come. Only because, not because I think they will be fine with them. It's because of just how quick the games are. Because straight after that Leicester game, we're going to have Liverpool. And it's like, Luke Shaw, at the best of times, we need to manage him carefully. But we see what happens when he doesn't play. My God, we took the fullbacks off against Roma, and look at the state of us. Wan-Bissaka, the same thing. The top end of the pitch, the problem is, like you said, we don't really have enough good players to actually change the. We're not City.
You don't know when they say Martial's fit. I don't know how fit he is. Could he start, or would he be on the bench on?
Be interesting. I mean, it's only one training session tomorrow, and then the game's there.
James, by the way, I mean, he was
injured. He said he's going to be out for a while. He said he's not going to be fit for a while. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so because he would have been getting games now for sure. I think Juan Mata needs to come in and start at Leicester. For me personally, I'd start him on the right, give Mason a rest. The fact that I didn't want Cavani to not start today, because like you said, that means it's more going to be Tuesday. But now he hasn't started and he's only played 15 minutes. He's probably got to start on Tuesday. Pogba, I'd rest. I'd probably put Donny on the left. I'd maybe bring in Ahmad. Do you know what I mean?
Bruno, rest Bruno.
Oh, he needs a rest for me as well. That's what I mean. Play without him. Put Donny in the number 10 position.
Number 10, then.
Put Donny in number 10. I would go with McTominay and Matic.
Some players are going to have to start. Who are going to
they have to. That's what I mean. But those are the players that need taken off.
Pogba could start on the left. Play Donny at number 10.
Yeah.
Start Cavani. If you start Cavani, maybe Martial's fit to do half an hour or 40 minutes. You could bring Cavani.
Maybe. I wouldn't be against. I wouldn't be against resting Pogba. Put Donny on the left. Put Mata in the 10. And I would start Ahmad. I would, but there's no chance of Ollie doing that. Like you said, it was going to be one of the big guns. I think Mason needs a rest. Marcus Rashford just looks. He had a good cross at the end of the game, which was a brilliant ball for Cavani. But he just doesn't look right. He just doesn't look right, and he hasn't for a long time. I'm not just going to blame it all on injury, just his form. He just doesn't look right at the moment. It wasn't a great game for him today. So he could probably do with a rest as well, but he hasn't really been playing loads. So I suppose it's a weird one. It's got to be a mixed bag, and that's why against Leicester I'm more like, well, you know what? God knows what kind of performance we're going to put in, because it's going to be such a mixed bag. Do you know what I mean? Who's your man of the match today, Rick, to finish off?
He's got to go as strong as he can, though. We've got to try and win it. Got to try and win it. Keep the prick. Just to make sure they've got to get something. Obviously, Liverpool was Thursday. We've got to win these 2 games, but take them one at a time. The match, I'd probably have to go with Luke Shaw again. I thought Maguire played quite well, but I'd probably go.
He did. How big a miss do you think Maguire will be? Quickly, I know you spoke about Luke Shaw there, but how big a miss do you think he'll be?
I think he'd be a big miss, mate. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, I think Bailey and Lindelof together, it'll be. I think Maguire's the pick of the 3, and I think bigger, stronger, wins more headers.
I think Lindelof and Bailly makes me think a bit. There's not really much dominance there in the air. Bailly across the ground and foot races and stuff like that is great, but you saw the frailties of Lindelof today when someone bullies him twice. And in the air, both of those two together that's probably not the combination I want to see. I want to see Bailly with one of the other two.
Against Leicester, it's more about pace, isn't it?
True. Actually, they haven't got a big tall striker, so yeah, exactly. So we shall see. Rick, I'll see you then, and leave Mason Greenwood alone. Nice one.